Hi everybody, Marlon here. Today I'm doing another unboxing video. This time I'm going for another card game that I play called Victory Spark. And the title that I have chosen to go with this time is Date Alive. Now I also have a Rene no Lagrange deck. I think the English version of that game's name is Lagrange, the Flower of Rene. And I play a Madoka deck. So, Kyono Madoka. I'm not sure which character I'm going to go with just yet in Date Alive, but I've chosen between two. It's either going to be Toka or Origami. I like both of those girls quite a bit, and I'm going to be just opening up packs, and we're going to see what all we got here. I know that those two at least have really good fire cards. I'm sorry if I'm using game terminology that you guys don't really understand, but I'm not here to really explain the rules for Date Alive. Sorry about that. So, booster pack comes with some sleeves, playmats. Alright, here I go. Now, one of the things I really liked about Date Alive was how it was a harem anime. Let's not beat around the bush and I'll fully admit that. It was a harem anime. But I did like how it did manage to cover some new kinds of girls that we don't typically see that much. And so it was hitting on some new character tropes, and I really liked that. So let's see what we had in so we had Little Sister, Tsundere, although I guess that's not really that new of a trope. But we had Origami, which is a newer kind of, which I've never really seen a character like her in a harem anime before. She is like the stalker girl. Usually the stalker girls are kind of, I'm thinking of anime like, what do you call it, Sayonara Zetsubou Sensei. In those anime, the stalker girls are kind of like side characters. They're not really all that important to the story at all. And having her kind of just be there and gets a lot more screen time than other characters of that type. It really interested me. And here is oh gosh, I can't remember characters' names anymore. This wasn't such an awesome anime that I feel so compelled to remember everybody's names, but oh, what do you call it? But it did intrigue me enough to where I felt that I wanted to get another title for Victory Spark into my list of decks that I've made. So yeah. See, the other trading card games that I play, Weiss Schwarz, I have a lot of decks for Weiss Schwarz. I've been playing that the longest. I have quite a few decks for Precious Memories. That's the second game that I picked up over here in Japan. But the third game I picked up was Chaos. No, the third game I picked up was Victory Spark. But I only ever built one deck for Victory Spark, and that was, like I said, the Lagrange deck. So I always knew that I found that Victory Spark was a lot of fun, and I knew that I eventually wanted to get another um, deck made for it with no using a different title. So I decided that when one came along that intrigued me, I would go for it, and I decided that Date A Live was one of those anime. Ah, Yoshino. Yeah, so I find Yoshino intriguing because I'm not really sure how to categorize her. I mean, what do you call it? Loli? But she has this personality about her. She's, what do you call it? She's shy, and she has this split personality complex almost in a way. I'm not really sure how I want to describe it, but um, her little puppet Yoshinon is it's a very interesting way of thinking about a character's and her personality. And of course, Origami is another one of those characters that what was it? I think it was episode 2 where Shido bumps into Origami doing his dating training, I guess you could call it. And what do you call it? I'm always going to remember that dialogue between them when he's just hitting on her and just like having to try and have a normal conversation with her, and she just agrees with everything that he says. That there's just It's just such a one-sided conversation. You just can't get her to respond to anything that he's saying. So what he does is he decides to say something absolutely ridiculous to see if it'll elicit a different response from her. So what he says is, I just wanted to tell you, I enjoy sneaking into the locker room after school and sniffing your gym uniform. And she says, oh, I like doing the same thing for you. And it's just like, what's the next response to that? And it's just so crazy. There's just no comeback for that. I think the next line was, oh, I guess we're perfect for each other. Yeah, it seems so. And they exchange email addresses, phone numbers. That line, that was hilarious. And then you got Toka. Toka is what do you call Toka? She's that type of character that is innocent. She's not very worldly. She doesn't really understand the goings on of the world around her. So she is she kind of needs to have her hand held quite a bit. I always thought that was interesting character. You don't see many of those kinds of characters outside of these kind of supernatural stories that Date A Live comes in, because if you're just talking about regular people, even if they have amnesia, even if they're an amnesia character, they still seem to have some knowledge of how to get around. There is fire. And then there is Kurumi. Kurumi is, the yandere character, I guess. You don't really see many yandere characters also don't get a lot of spotlight. Think about probably the signature yandere character that most people would know of, Asakura from Suzumiya Haruhi. Oh man, I didn't get a good card in this box. Well, my premium is just a common. Oh, come on. Are you kidding? The first foil commons. Anyway, but Asakura is just kind of a side character that just does, once she's done her little thing, she goes off to the side. I think I almost think that she was made kind of yandere in the fan fiction afterwards. It wasn't really her thing to be yandere in the actual anime. Oh, the counter card. Oh, I know. Let's see. I haven't decided if I'm going to make a Toka deck or an Origami deck just yet. I'm going. Those are the two characters that I enjoyed the most. Date A Live was obviously not a very sophisticated anime, but it did still have some pretty good themes in it, I felt. There was some stuff about finding that people who were your friends are also the source of some of the greatest grief in your life, because Kotori is the fire spirit that killed Origami's parents. Spoiler alert, a little late for that, but so having to adjust to that is always an interesting little plot point, knowing that your enemies are also people that you care about, or related to people that you care about. I'll probably determine whichever deck I'm going to make, but based on how many rares I get of that particular character. So that'll be less of an investment on my part when I go to buy singles to round out the deck. That's one of the things about Victory Spark that really separates it from a lot of other trading card games, is you almost have to play the game with 4 copies of every card. The game pretty much forces you to do that because of the partner system and how you do partner blocks and partner attacks. So that's one of the things that is always in the foremind of Victory Spark players, is getting your 4 copies of every card that you think you're going to be playing with. One of the other cool things about Victory Spark is it always does a pretty good job of making sure that it's very flavorful in the abilities of its cards. It does a really good job of trying to what do you call it? It tries to capture what each character's personality and fighting style very well. And I always like that. Like the Madoka deck that I play for Lagrange is a very straightforward deck. It just wants to rush at your opponent as hard as it can, and it doesn't have a whole lot of defensive capabilities. Its only real concern is just pushing through as much damage as possible. But I know that I've played against a bunch of other deck types. How can I describe them? Gosh, I actually don't know the names of most of the anime that get put into Victory Spark, just because Victory Spark just kind of seems to be the niche crowd. This seems to be for very niche crowds. The audience that buys Victory Spark tends to watch anime that aren't very mainstream and don't have a whole lot of what do I want to say? They don't have a whole lot of appeal to most people. They just kind of seem to get relegated to the sidelines, and if you want to watch it, then if that's kind of your thing, that's what you go for. But otherwise, um, so let me just kind of summarize the other games. Weiss Schwarz is for all the mainstream stuff. All the mainstream anime go into the Weiss Schwarz. You got your Idolmaster, your Miku, your what's coming out recently? Your Love Live. Although Love Live did come out for Victory Spark too. I guess they're just trying to maximize Love Live right now. People seem to like it. Don't know why. Absolutely couldn't stand the first episode. Never watched any further than that. Let's see what else is coming out lately. Gargantia is going to come out pretty soon. The trial deck is already out. There's what else come out recently? There's Nanoha A's, the movie. Haruhi was in Weiss Schwarz. Persona is in Weiss Schwarz. It's Weiss Schwarz is for all the mainstream stuff. I think I've established that now. Next is Kaos. Kaos is for the more ecchi kind of stuff. It's got a lot of. If it's been made into an eroge, you'll probably find it in. You'll probably find it in Kaos. Next, I would say is probably. So probably go on to Precious Memories next. Precious Memories is about moe anime. If it's got some moe elements in it, it's going to get put into Precious Memories. There are some exceptions to that rule. What's coming out now, Mahotsukai no Yoru, is not moe at all, and it's getting put into Precious Memories. I'm not really sure why they chose to pick that up. I mean, I know it's a popular title. A friend of mine really seems to like it. I have not played it yet. I'd kind of like to at some point, but yeah. But Victory Spark just kind of seems to get the the stuff that was just popular enough to warrant getting a card game, but not popular enough to have really hit the mainstream audience. So I don't really know what a lot of the titles are in Victory Spark. But as far as like battle strategies go, there's this one Victory Spark game. I don't know if it's title. I don't know if it's an anime. I don't know if it's a game. But the whole point of this particular title is mecha, and there's one card where you build your whole deck around playing just this one card. And so what you do, what this deck is capable of is it's capable of getting this card back out of all kinds of problematic areas so that you can make sure it's your partner. All kinds of it's really does a terrific job of supporting just this one mecha card, and that's your play strategy, is to build around that mecha card. So there's that. What other kind of play strategies are there? I can't really describe it very well. Victory Spark is not very popular where I live in Japan. It's really hard to find players around here, so I play it quite infrequently, maybe once or twice a month. Unfortunately, I'd like to play it a lot more because it's a fun, quick, simple game. Man, I'm just pulling absolute rubbish from my rares. I got another common. Oh gosh. What is going on here? I'm getting Yoshino. I'm getting Yoshino rares for my 4-star rares. What do you call that? I don't like that. I definitely don't want to play Yoshino. And I'm unlikely to find people who will be willing to trade these away, so I'm going to have to probably sell them at a local card shop. Oh, there's still some more packs. But that box was empty. I am doing very poorly on getting Toka. I haven't gotten a single Toka 4-star rare yet. I got one, okay. But it's a support one. Need to get a level 4 Toka. What I'd really like is for some additional Lagrange cards so that I can get what do you call them? Is the same Toka again? So I can get some surprise cards for my Lagrange deck. Surprise is a new card type that came out almost right after Lagrange came out, so it's not well supported yet. But I don't really think I have a whole lot more to talk about Date A Live, so I'm going to go and keep opening packs, and I'll check back with you and show you what I picked up at the end. So I'll see you, you'll see me in a few seconds, I'll see you in another 10-15 minutes. Alright, I'm back, and let's go a little rundown of my rares. So it looks like I ended up getting more Kurumi than anything else. I ended up getting 2 level 4 Tokas, let's see, 2 level 4 Origamis, two level 4 Kotoris, 2 level 1 Tokas, 3, looks like 3 level 1 Kurumis, and my SRs. I was mistaken; those were not common foils. They were rare foils. So you got the rare here, and there's the SR version. So that's what that is. And I got a double R, well, foil version of a 4-star rare. So there's that one as well. I'm gonna look over the cards. I haven't decided whether I'm gonna go with Origami or Toka yet. I have keeping my options open. So thanks for watching, everybody, and be sure to check out my blog, Approach Phase, approachphase.wordpress.com, and I hope you all have a good day. And if you're interested in more Victory Spark stuff, let me know, and maybe I'll give you a little play run through of how the game works. See you, everybody. Bye bye.